Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see from the title, is going to be my BoxyCharm unboxing for the month of August. We're going to be talking about all of the products in the box, full reviews, demos, application. You're going to see me create this entire look right here based on all of the products in the box. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching, and please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 3 times a week, and that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. I'm going to not spend the next 10 minutes rambling, but I am going to remind you that I do have a massive giveaway going on. I'm going to link it right here so you guys can take a look. It was my birthday giveaway. Over $1,600 worth of prizes going out across all of my social media platforms. So make sure to enter so you can win one of those 4 fabulous prizes. I'm going to jump right into the box and not keep you waiting. Let's get into it. So, jumping right into the box, the theme card this month is totally BoxyCharm. I'm getting major like Clueless vibes, and I love this. So I do have variation number 3. So in the bottom corner of your little card, it'll say the number you have. Mine is number 3. And the first item out of the box, this is from Peach and Lily. This is the Glass Skin Refining Serum. Silky, weightless, and instantly absorbing, this serum helps hydrate, calm, brighten, and firm, delivering more dramatic results with continued use. Expertly blended with potent, earth-born, and high-tech beautifying ingredients to uncover skin that is poreless, translucent, and luminous like a pane of glass. I love all of those things. This retails for $39. Now, it is a pretty standard pump, and I'm going to take a little bit of that and smooth over the skin. I have very oily skin, so I don't like to be glowing, but I do love for my skin to look perfected. So I don't mind if something is labeled as glowy. The pore refinement, all of that is stuff that is so important that I will overcompensate with powders. So right off the bat, there is no, there's a little bit of tackiness to the skin. I wouldn't call it stickiness, but it definitely feels nice. I mean, obviously, I just put it on and it is translucent, so my pores are not going to be instantly smaller the first time I use it. However, I will be using this to get a full in-depth thought on it. Make sure to check in probably the end of the month in my favorites and flops video, where I will go into how this worked over a long period of time. But there is no off-putting smell. It actually feels quite nice on the skin, so I don't have an issue immediately as far as using it. Now it's just to see if there's going to be results. Next item out of the box, which is the item when I opened this box, I was terrified. This is the Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. This multitasking beauty elixir instantly hydrates and absorbs into the skin, revealing a bouncy, youthful complexion, no matter what skin type you have. This lightweight, powerful formula nourishes and primes the skin and helps to restore skin's moisture barrier while providing a youthful glow. Spill-proof dropper allows you to use 1 drop at a time. So I'm really happy that it said something to the tune of this is going to be good for all skin types, because I have very oily skin, like I just said. So, oh, that is really cool. The little dropper, literally you will get 1 drop at a time. That is actually really cool. So I'm taking like the equivalent of, I'm going to call it 3 little drops right here, and I'm going to press that into the skin. So first thing right off the bat, it does have a pleasant scent. It is not what I'm going to call like overly floral or overly fragranced. I'm going to take a touch more because that actually didn't spread as far as I would thought it would have. It's a little on the thin side, but I wouldn't call this, it doesn't feel like an oil. It feels like there is an oil in it, but it's applying more like a serum. I'm definitely seeing what they're talking about as far as like glow to the skin, and I'm really excited to see how makeup is going to sit on top of that. But right off the bat, like, I'm agreeing with the claim that it doesn't feel greasy. I have used so many face oils that leave my skin super glowy but also super greasy. I don't feel like I just rubbed olive oil on my face. It's genuinely like my skin is dry, not like I have dry skin. Dry as in not a film of oil sitting on top. So I'm going to go throw on foundation and concealer, and I'll be right back to talk about the next product in the box. Alright, so I know I'm looking a little crazy. I went a little brighter on the under eyes than I normally do. You will see why when I get to the eyeshadow. However, the next item out of the box is from BECCA Cosmetics. This is the Hydra-Mist and Refresh Powder. Weightless powder sets and refreshes makeup for a silky, smooth, invisible finish. 50% water and glycerin. This powder creates a mist-like sensation on the skin for a seamless finish and comfortable feel. This retails for $39. I have never used this powder on myself, but I'm excited to give it a try. It is... I've swatched it in Sephora, and it's definitely like, it feels like water on the skin. So I don't know how it's going to be for dry skin versus oily skin. Nope, we're rambling. So I don't know how it's going to be for oily skin versus dry skin. Right off the bat, I love the packaging. It has one of those like seal top and bounce sifters, so you don't get way too much product. I'm going to make sure that there are no creases in my concealer before we set it down. We want to give the powder every opportunity to be successful. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of that powder and set that down. Holy crap. Okay, right off the bat, it definitely feels like you are using a wet brush. Like, it feels like my under eye is wet. That is such a weird sensation. Yeah, it feels like I am... Like, I know it's a powder, but it literally feels like water on the skin. I am going to take this all over the face, and I'm going to use this as my only setting powder today. And I'm praying that it's going to be nice and long wearing and great for oily skin, because it literally feels like I just dipped my brushes in setting spray. And that is so weird. So normally my powders do a little bit of a better job blurring the pores on my nose, but my under eye looks really nice and smooth. So this might be a powder that I love for one, but not the other. I know that most people like to use one powder and call it a day. I am not one of those people. I don't mind using 4 different powders depending on what works best for wear. So I'm going to go prime my lids, and I'll be right back so we can jump into the next product. Alright, eyes are primed, and I did throw on a quick brow. Next product out of the box, this is from Ace Beauty. Glimmer Shadow Duo, highly pigmented soft shadows with a creamy texture designed for the ultimate color payoff. These shadows provide bold color in one swipe without fallout, creasing, or fading. This duo retails for $25. The 2 shades I got are Huckleberry and French Vanilla. I am going to be completely honest, when I saw this French Vanilla one, which is like, in the pan, it looks almost like a silvery mint green. I was so excited to get that specifically on my inner corners. Both of these shades are beautiful, and I will be using both today. I am just going to grab my bronzer first, because these are going to be the only shadows I'm using today. So I'm going to take a little bit of bronzer, and I'm just going to run that in my crease, just so I have a little bit of definition. And I am going to take that same bronzer and just run that gently on the lower lash line. Alright, now that the eyes are mostly framed, I'm going to jump into... I'm going to first try it with a brush. This is the Makeup Shack T49, which I've really been liking for like these all over lid shades. And I'm going to dip into Huckleberry first. And I'm taking that with, oh my god. Okay, so it is immediately messing with the imprint, which means that this is a super creamy formula. And I'm going to start pulling that. Oh, that's really pretty. On the inner, actually, basically, I'm going to take that on the entire lid. That is such a beautiful, like, pinky purple. I'm not mad at that at all. So I am going to then grab a little bit more of that bronzer. Again, you can use brown shadow, whatever you want. I like using a bronzer just because it's going to be a little more harmonious with what I have on the face, especially because I want this like one and done eyeshadow look. But that looks really pretty, and it blended super smooth. I'm going to take a little bit on my finger. Oh yeah, that's definitely like a cream formula. Definitely no fallout, definitely high shine. These are stunning. So I'm going to go do all of that on this eye, and I'll be right back. I'm going to take a touch of that and just connect the lower portion of the lash line just with a little bit of that pink shade. And then taking a touch more of that bronzer, I am just going to really buff that out. So this is actually really pretty. I mean, not that I'm surprised, because this kind of a formula just looks stunning because it's so sheeny and beautiful. I am going to tie up the rest of the face, and then I will jump into this puppy right here. Alright, so I did tie up the rest of the face. I threw on a little mascara, and I was tempted to throw a lash on, but I realized that every single time I do a really pretty colored eye look, I throw on a lash, and you can't even see it. So for the sake of that, I am skipping lashes today, and I'm going to jump into the French Vanilla shade now. And on a tiny detailing brush, I'm going to start packing that on the inner corner. And I may be taking this a little bit over the actual eye, but I'm not sure yet. Oh my god, that is beautiful. This reminds me so much of Flexitarian, the Super Shock cheek from ColourPop. It is just a super bold, foiled, beautiful shade. You see how a really vibrant inner corner just like opens up the entire eye and makes everything look a little more dramatic? I am obsessed. So I'm going to grab a slightly fluffier brush. Slightly. Actually, I'm going to take this fan brush. And I'm going to take a tiny bit of this onto the brow bone. So this one is a little bit less metallic and has a little bit more sparkle to it, which I don't mind. You see how beaming these inner corners are? This is definitely what I go for this kind of like bold vibe. Part of me wants to put a little bit onto the center of the lid and make it a little halo-y, but I feel like that's going to mess it up. You guys see what it looks like before I do that. If this messes up, I'm sorry, but I really want to add that little pop of color. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of that silver, and we're just going to add it to the very center of the lid. I love that. Okay, I am going to blend it a little bit more because it's a little bit harsh, but as far as the effect of like this spotlight halo eye, that was like the easiest halo eye I've ever done. Literally ever. That is beautiful, and I am officially obsessed. So now that I've been playing with makeup for about an hour, my skin does not look greasy or oily, and everything looks pretty nice, so I'm going to say that this actually is good for all skin types. I will do a full roundup of everything else at the end of the video, just because I want to give it a little bit more time. But time for the last item out of the box. For lips, this is the Steve Laurent Lip Liner. Reshape, resize, and redefine your pout. This lip pencil is total magic. Smooths over your lip line for a seamless and flawless finish. Waterproof, no transferring or bleeding. Lasts up to 7 hours, and this retails for $15. Right off the bat, this is definitely the type of color I would use for this lip. It is, oh yeah, a nice mauvey berry tone. Very monochromatic with the eye. So I'm just going to quickly line the lips, and you guys aren't going to see it because of how close I have to get to my mirror, and I'll be right back. Alright, so the lip is lined. What I will say is I have not used a pencil liner in so long. I like the glidey gel ones because they're a little bit softer. This one definitely does like tug on the lip a little bit, but it does feel matte. It is going to be long wearing, like you can tell based on how drying it is that it's not going to slough around or go anywhere. I mean, I got the desired lip shape. It worked out, but I'm probably not going to go for this too often just because I don't like sharpenable lip liners, which is weird because I actually prefer sharpenable eyeliners, but retractable lip liners. So I'm going to grab a lip color that is probably a little pinkier than this. So I'm going to grab Bond Girl from Charlotte Tilbury. I think this is going to be a good match. Perfect. Now that it's on, I definitely think it's a little warm for the eye look. I would probably want to go in with something a little more nude, but That being said, this is like the perfect lip liner for this lipstick, which is one of my favorite lipsticks ever. So definitely nice to have a liner that is such a good match to it. So this box retails for $160. So for $21, you were getting $160 value. I know I say that in every video. It is an amazing value, even if you only like one product. But that being said, I definitely liked a whole lot more than one product. These shadows from Ace Beauty are probably the standout product from the box. This is like the most beautiful and easiest halo eye I have done. $25 retail value for these, so just in those, I'm happy with the box. The serum, again, you guys are going to have to check in a favorites video at the end of the month to see how that works, just because I feel like giving you guys a review on a serum that I've only used once or twice makes absolutely no sense. With all skincare, until you're consistently using it 28 to 60 days, you're not seeing results. You don't know if it actually works. So as far as application, I do really like it, but let's see if it holds up to its claims. For the Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil, I don't feel shiny, I don't feel greasy, but I definitely have a nice healthy glow to the skin, and I did powder literally everywhere. So that being said, I think that this could be something that's going to work for all skin types. I'm going to have to give it more of a long-wearing wear test, and I will update in the description box if I felt I got extra greasy throughout the day. If I don't post anything, you guys know that it continued to work. So far so good on that. Like I said, the lip color is like the perfect match for my Bond Girl lipstick. Not something I would match with this eye, but still very pretty. I do still think that I prefer a retractable lip liner just because they're a little easier to work with, or just maybe something a little more creamy. This one was a bit on the dry side. And for the powder, just like with the Glow Oil, I'll have to let you know if this does lock everything in all day long, but so far so good. It is currently 2:35. I sat down to start filming about 12:15-ish, so it's been about 2 hours that I've been playing with makeup. Powder probably went on an hour in. So for an hour in, I still think that this looks really nice on the skin, and if you have an issue with powders really caking on your skin or drying you out, you might love this powder for dry skin. I will let you know and keep you posted how it worked for oily skin. So overall, this might be one of the best boxes we've gotten so far this year. I'm going to have to take a look back and see just to make sure I'm honestly like nothing is... But right now, nothing is popping out as a box that I was less satisfied with. I love the look. I think the face looks great. I think these shadows, especially this French Vanilla one, you are going to be seeing a whole lot, especially on my inner corners, pretty much always. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know down below what are some of the products you have been loving so far this month. Thanks again, and I will see you next time. Bye!